Hey everybody, it's Chris Widener, and I am here with Chris Pirillo. You'll notice I also jumped into Waldo Waldman's videos. I'm jumping into Chris's for a little bit because, Chris is a great technology expert, and I thought it'd be kind of fun, especially since we live in the same town, it's easy for us to get together. It'd be fun for average Joe, small entrepreneur. That's what I am. I work, by myself, and all my stuff is contract workers, no employees, whatever. And I figured the questions I have are probably questions that most of you have. So I want to start out with one pretty simple question, and that has to do with keyboards and typing on iPads or tablets or whatever. Now, I happen to have one where I can do voice recognition, and I've been talking a lot of mine. But you can't really do that, like if you're on an airplane or whatever. Your guy next to you is going to think you're weird or whatever. Talk to us about keyboards. Do they work? Are they expensive? I see them when I'm in the airport. Is really where I see them, in those stores. So,
Right.
should we get one? Do they work? Are they easy?
So you've got your traditional laptops, which still work, and they work fine. It's just that they tend to be a little more than you might need. So then you look towards tablet computers like iPads, but they don't have physical keyboards unless you get a physical keyboard add-on, and that makes it easier if you're planning on doing a lot of typing. And this is a keyboard.
So
a
this
full
is
keyboard.
this is the iPad.
That's the iPad,
This part.
yeah.
Okay.
It just slides in and out.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no connection of wires, at least, as I'm playing this YouTube video in the background there. But this acts as a full keyboard, and it interacts with the iPad, and they have these types of
Speaker built
keyboards.
right in.
Yeah, this one has a speaker.
Wow.
And not every one of them has a speaker, of course, and then it just charges on the side.
Yeah.
And it uses Bluetooth wirelessly to communicate.
Oh, so
with
it's not
the tablet.
plugging in when
No.
you slide it in. Okay,
No.
gotcha. Cool.
So it's very easy. It doesn't add too much weight to your tablet, or it shouldn't. The key with the keyboard isn't that it's a physical keyboard. If you have a chance, actually get your fingers on the keys, because every keyboard feels different.
Yeah.
And that is my number one frustration with these keyboards, or any keyboard really. I want one that doesn't make my fingers feel like, they're really cramped and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of these keyboards tend to be that way. So, not only should you read reviews, because there are literally thousands of these types of keyboards out there. You'll find a best in class. You'll read about the action of the keys. If average hands feel cramped, because ultimately you're only going to use the keyboard if your fingers feel comfortable enough on the keyboard. And I only recommend the keyboard not because you feel like you need to bring a laptop with you, but using the keyboard specifically if you're going to bang out like tons of emails, tons of documents. Although I don't know if this is really a good point for another video, or I'll just throw it in there. Keep your emails short. If you need a keyboard to compose your emails, it's too long. You got to keep it nice, short, sweet. Otherwise,
So two follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Cost. What do these things run? This one as well as the wide variety of them.
This one is, and depending on the model, they have one that's made of aluminum. This is a polycarbonate. This one is between $100 and $200. It also has that speaker in there, which honestly, though, I got to tell you, and this is not a review of this particular keyboard. It's just a discussion point. The speaker wasn't amazing. I actually found the iPad speaker to produce a much more a richer sound.
Right.
The only advantage is that it's up front rather than...
And if you're going to be listening to music, you're going to get something else anyway.
Or you're going to have headphones or something like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, price, you're going to find that they're going to run between probably $75 and $200 right in that range.
Second question, you mentioned it's Bluetooth. How does that affect battery? Either how long will this thing last, and how does it drain your tablet?
So this particular iPad has Bluetooth 4.0, which is a specification of Bluetooth that is really optimized for not draining the battery as earlier versions of Bluetooth did. So that might help that particular communications in terms of having a version of Bluetooth that isn't as battery draining.
Right.
I don't know how to say it, but so that, yes, you're going to drain battery.
Battery intensive, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, I was looking for the right phrase. So yeah, you are going to drain your battery quicker because you're using more of what's in the system, but it's not going to drain as quickly as it might have in years past. So if you've not tried a Bluetooth device in ages, or if you haven't upgraded in a while, the key with this, and here, gosh, we're getting like 3 tips in the same video here. Bluetooth 4.0 is the specification to be looking for, not just in your devices, but also for your accessories as well, whether they be earpieces or keyboards. So yes, and that's going to vary in terms of how fast it's going to drain based on the battery in your device and the battery.
But you're using this all the time.
Yeah, when I know that I'm going to be out and about and I need to do I need to write something.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this with me. And then, of course, it also acts, or some keyboards act as a case to keep that screen protected.
Or you can put your coffee on top of that if you need a flat surface.
I would not do that.
All right, there you have it. Great tips. If you're doing a lot of typing, you want to use your iPad as opposed to carrying around a big laptop, it's a great tip. Thanks, Chris.